My name is Olet Dennis. I'm a board of school cell, Father Toba Ward, Assam Town Council, Amuja District. By God willing, in 2020, I got some job in Soroti. So in Soroti there, I worked where I met a friend. That was Jesse, Okwi Jesse. This is a man who does turkey farming. And it's from that guy where I picked the idea, a small idea of turkey farming. When he told me about turkey farming, it was something which was so strange because one, I didn't have any idea, I didn't have any knowledge, even how to start. Actually, the first question I asked him, how should I start? The guy was like, no, you need to take time. And remember, turkeys are one of the birds which you cannot control easily. If you are not a careful person, you'll end up quarreling with the neighbors. I had to think about it, but I didn't have the money to start. He only told me that now, for you, just get something small, which can make you, even if it's 5 turkeys, just for you to get the what? The knowledge. It so happened that in May 2023, that was this year, I had a sport bike. I said, if I sell this bike, it can give me something. I decided to sell that bike. I remember I sold it 300,000, and that was the genesis of everything. I bought 10 turkeys at the first. Each was at 30,000. So when I bought those turkeys, I had not fenced home. I didn't have where to keep them from, but I had to start from where I worked from. That was at the university, Soroti University. So when I started keeping those turkeys there, I saw it was so difficult because I didn't have enough time really for those birds. He then advised me that now for you, instead of you looking for money, it's going to be expensive for you to fence like a big land, because Musei has actually some land. I had hopes that I would get what? Land. He advised me that instead of using chain link, you start with the chicken mesh. I had to go to town, I moved all the lockups, and it was so successful that I got 1 roll of chicken mesh, and it was sold at 70,000. So I bought that 1 roll, which helped me to fence a little piece of land, not even a plot. I think it was some square, 18 by 18, I think. Yeah. So I fenced that land. After fencing, I had to transfer the turkeys from Soroti up to Amuria, and that's where I started. I constructed some temporary house, but due to issues of money, I could not complete. So I had to first leave it as a resting place. I finished the roofing. I finished putting some kind of simple wall, but I discovered that Musei had a free room in his main house. So I had to talk to him, and we had to utilize the free room. So far, we are using that room as our house for the turkey. And that is the room which helped us to bring 30 turkeys, which, as per now I'm talking, they are ready for sale, and is where I'm keeping them from. What I'm trying to bring out in this video is just an encouragement to everyone outside there, most especially my brothers and sisters who are still young, that you don't need all that much to start up something. And what matters a lot is your startup. Actually, if you have the smallest income, I think my brothers and sisters, most of us, we are carrying expensive things. You find that someone is using a phone of either 800,000, 1 million, 2 million, and yet when you buy a phone of 400,000 and you keep the 400,000 somewhere in a certain period, it can do for you a lot. And these projects, when you put something in a project, like take for example this turkey project, when you put 400,000, for me, I put 300,000 for the 10 turkeys, but I bet you the 300,000 I used for buying the 10 turkeys gave me 1 million from those 10 turkeys. From the 300 I spent, I got 700,000 as profit. Basically, with the turkey farming, once you have land, you fence, because for them you need to control their movement. Once they go for grazing, they cannot come. You need to have a fence in your land. Then two, you need to have someone who can look after if you cannot look after them, you yourself. Then three, their house. You need to make sure that the house is very clean, because it's from the bacteria which is in the house that we get the diseases. Actually, where those turkeys get diseases. And then also you need to infect the house, because those mosquitoes also affect them. And then the other one is, sometimes you have to make sure that all the time you watch the behaviors of your turkeys, because that one helps you to discover which turkey is not feeling well and which one is very okay. Then the other one, I would like to advise my brothers and sisters, if you cannot buy already mature turkeys which can lay for you eggs and then produce chicks, then for you bring out the chicks and you can sell chicks when they are 20, actually when they are medium size, that's around 20k or to 25. That is 50 a pair. Or you can decide that, for me, since I don't have the knowledge like the way I did, that I did have the knowledge how to bring the young ones, because it's a little bit tricky. You may incur losses. You need to buy turkeys which someone has already brought up, and you need to discover someone who has done this project for some good time, because that one is very important, because there are people who bring out these things locally, and that one is so dangerous, because one, you need to get turkeys which are healthy, such that when you take them to your farm, you have already spent the money. You need to get something out of them. You need to buy the ones which have already grown, that's at around 50 as a pair, and then you bring them up, and it will be very simple for you, because the turkeys mostly, once they have reached 1 month to 2 months, they start feeding on grass. You want to supplement their feed with maize bran. You mix maize bran with the blood, bones, I mean smashed bones. We have sunflower cake, and then there's one feed again that we add, that is omena. I think they call it silverfish. So when you add those three things, they make, actually they boost the growth of the turkeys. Challenges I may tell my viewers right now I'm facing is, I've not yet finished. Okay, I have fenced my land fully, but I am using live fence. I'm not using chain link or chicken mesh. But for the meantime, I'm using a small space with a chicken mesh, and then meanwhile my live fence is growing. And the next one, I think another challenge I have is I'm still working on the structures. Hopefully after next year I will have standard structures. Then the other challenge is I have not yet got the knowledge to bring out the youngest chick of the turkey. That is what I can say for now. Basically that, I will be so grateful for those who will be inspired by this video, and I will be so happy to see my brothers growing up in a nice way. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode. Subscribe, like, and share.